Welcome to News B. Residential mosquito fogging starts in Winnipeg on Thursday. All three criteria that trigger mosquito fogging were met by Wednesday morning, the city said. James Gathany, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Associated Press. For the first time in 3 years, Winnipeg will fog for mosquitoes in residential areas. Starting Thursday night. First up will be the city's northwest quadrant. Then the northeast, said Ken Nawolsky, superintendent of the city's insect control branch. We have such a short summer, so it's pleasant to be able to sit out or walk out without fighting the mosquitoes, said Ruth Turnbull, sitting with her son, Rick, in a West Kildonan park on Wednesday. I have to say, they've gotten pretty hectic, Inkster said. They were pretty tame until the last couple weeks. Gideon Lozano said the mosquitoes have gotten so bad, it's become almost impossible for him and his wife to water their plants in their Riverbend yard at night. We're just slapping our arms, our legs, constantly, he said. I want those mosquitoes gone. They're pests. The step comes in response to a recent increase in adult nuisance mosquitoes that moved the city's mosquito rating from medium to high, fulfilling one of the requirements for fogging. Nawolsky said. On Wednesday, the citywide average trap count was 59. The usual average is somewhere in the 40s. Nawolsky said. Heavy rain outside Winnipeg and strong winds bringing in bugs from beyond the perimeter could be partially to blame for this year's higher than usual trap counts. He said. What we're seeing now is numbers that, really, we shouldn't be seeing, he said. Adding the bugs can travel up to 28 kilometers. Mosquitoes don't know boundaries. To trigger fogging, the citywide average trap count also needs to be a minimum of 25 female mosquitoes for 2 straight nights. And at least one of the city's quadrants needs to report at least 100 female mosquitoes. All three of those criteria were satisfied in the last 24 hours, the city said in a news release late Wednesday morning. The southeast quadrant of the city had the highest average count on Wednesday at 106, with one trap reaching 170 and another at 168. There are 7 traps in each of the city's 4 quadrants. The northwest quadrant had an average of 68, while the northeast and southwest were at 31 and 36, respectively. Once the northern sections of the city are done, crews will determine which quadrants to tackle next, Nawolsky said. Fogging will begin at 9:30 p.m. Thursday, weather permitting. The city doesn't fog when temperatures are below 13 C or wind speeds are not conducive to fogging. The fogging program will continue nightly until further notice, Nawolsky said, though he expects to have completed a full round of the city by the end of the weekend. After that, the city will likely watch trap count levels for a few days to see if any areas need a more targeted mop-up. Staff will use DeltaGuard, which contains the insecticide deltamethrin, and has been approved for use in Canada by Health Canada. A round of nuisance mosquito fogging in Winnipeg now costs roughly $185,000, more than double the $80,000 it cost when the city still used malathion for the job, Nawolsky said. The city will release daily public service announcements at least 8 hours before planned fogging, to identify which areas are scheduled for treatment. People who want to receive daily notifications about planned mosquito fogging can sign up online or by contacting 311. Residents who want their property exempt from fogging can also apply for a 90-meter buffer zone by providing identification that links them to their address, like a copy of a driver's license or utility bill. Applications for those zones will be accepted by 311 online, by email at 311@winnipeg.ca or by fax. People can also apply in writing to the city's insect control branch at 3 Gray St. Residents are also encouraged to eliminate standing water by dumping containers, draining eavesdrops, covering rainwater collection containers, filling low-lying areas and treating water with biological larvicide, Nawolsky said. As many as half of the city's mosquitoes come from pools of standing water in people's backyards, he said, and encouraged people to check their yards weekly for any containers or eavesdrops that need to be emptied. Conservatives call for Morneau's resignation as finance minister says he repaid $41,000 in trip expenses, to encourage thoughtful and respectful conversations. First and last names will appear with each submission to CBC Radio Canada's online communities, except in children and youth-oriented communities. Pseudonyms will no longer be permitted. By submitting a comment, you accept that CBC has the right to reproduce and publish that comment in whole or in part, in any manner CBC chooses. Please note that CBC does not endorse the opinions expressed in comments. Comments on this story are moderated according to our submission guidelines. Comments are welcome while open. We reserve the right to close comments at any time. What spending $1,300 on Goop products taught this writer about Gwyneth Paltrow's lifestyle juggernaut? Text source, cbc.ca. Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Leave your comments below. See you soon for more News B. Bye bye.